Well, hey guys, welcome back. Walthers has just released the ES44AC in their main line. This is a budget-friendly line of locomotives and rolling stock that they have. MSRP on this is $199.98 and is equipped with ESU loc sound, DCC, and DC if you want to run it on DC. So we're going to get right into it, open it up, and see what it's about next. Kind of got ahead of myself and slid it out of the box here before turning on the camera, but you do have a manual inside. And then it's just this styrofoam insert here. We will open this up. Got the locomotive wrapped in plastic. We do have a few schemes to show you here. We'll start with UP. Maybe there's a little bias on my part for that. But as you can see, no roof detail and no separately applied grab irons or MU hoses. That is intentional, and that does two things. One, it encourages you to be a modeler, to go install the grab irons, accessory hoses, PTC antenna or dome antenna, depending on the era, up top, and basically detail this locomotive out. And it also saves you on the other end in cost, because the MSRP is about $100 less, sometimes up to $110 or $120 less than other ES44ACs out there. So you're getting a discount, which again, that's just the MSRP. You could get further discounts through brick and mortar hobby shops, or even Walthers Direct has the occasional discounts with their club membership and things like that. Let's go ahead and dive into what is here. You do have sand filler hatches, ditch lights above the anti-climber. You got the yellow sill, which indicates a late era UP Tier 3 ES44AC. The ditch lights and headlights are LED, so that is a premium, you know, something that's not just a given in this industry. You've got the couplers here, which appear to be plastic. Snowplow. Do have a decent amount of truck detail, which I will zoom in on. And you've got cab interior, so there are details on this that do quantify a more premium locomotive. The dynamic brake vent area back here is nice and shaded, so it doesn't look too shallow. Handrails are very, very sturdy, but plastic. As we go further back to the fuel tank, you do have sight glass, emergency shutoff buttons. You've got the E-bell mounted right here in front of the fuel tank. You can see that right there. Jacking pads. All the compartments are very nicely in depth. They aren't very shallow. You can tell they're set out from the shell somewhat. You got the brake wheel, radiator grill section here for both intake and output. As we turn this further on the back, just zoom out a little bit here, you can see the back end again equipped with LEDs, radiator fan grill up top. You do have see-through detail, which I'll show you on the roof version, but you can see little fans through the grating there. Handrails are sturdy, safety chain. Stanchions all are in place. And the flag is nicely done too. It's a well executed flag, nice printing. You can read Building America, you can read the UP shield. I don't see a whole lot of color bleed, or any color bleed for that matter, but go ahead and zoom in on the flag here now, and then pan towards the UP shield and the Building America slogan, so you can see what's going on. All this grating area is nice as well, and you've got a door here with a little latch that's molded on. So pretty nice on details. You don't have windshield wipers. You may notice that as well. That's another detail you can add. So overall, that is about it from the 360. Let's take a quick look at the top. Alright, as you can see, there's latch detail up top. There aren't lift rings sitting out You got the exhaust, you can see the see-through detail back there, the radiator fans, and the radiator grill is nicely detailed as well and very durable. It does set up like on the actual locomotives, so you see that difference between the first layer and the second layer, like there's a little pocket there. You can see that detail there. So really, still with the budget-friendly line, there is still an amazing amount of detail on the locomotive. Alright, since we've gone over all the details and they're not really going to change much, we'll just go over some different schemes, do some Vanna White action for you. Here is City Rail, one of the more popular schemes. Obviously, it runs with BNSF a lot of time, a lease unit, and you can see the nice blue and yellow striping on the front. Got the ditch lights. Everything we talked about earlier, just a different scheme altogether. Yellow handrails really pop on these units. And all of the things that we mentioned before are evident here as well. You do have a window here on the nose door, and some depth to the nose door as well. It's set out from the nose slightly, so and you get your handrails and whatnot. Here we have the ES44ACs in Kansas City Southern scheme. Just another quick Vanna White for you so you can see the scheme. We'll run these later, but showing you the different paint schemes available. There's a lot of other paint schemes available too. You can find more information on walthers.com and searching for ES44AC. I'll try to put a link in the description so it's easy for you to find. Before we start, just a quick rundown of the features of this ESU decoder. This is a limited decoder, but it does still have 4 lighting outputs, 4 horns, 2 bells. The prime mover has startup and shutdown sequences. It has working dynamic brakes. Still has the full throttle features that you'll find from ESU. Multiple lighting features and advanced consisting are still available. You can change things via CV or JMRI, but you cannot change the sound files with the ESU Loc Sound programmer. So there you have the extended startup sequence. Check the headlight, very nice LED that looks very golden yellow like an incandescent. Ditch lights functioning. Check bell. Horn. There's coupler clank on F3. Brake squeal. There's still a lot of sounds in this decoder. Those are some of the sounds. Just a quick brake squeal demonstration there, getting it back centered so we can take a look at some operation. Okay, we're going to move this at 1 of 128 speed steps. Very smooth at 1, 1 to 2, 3, 4, and 5. We'll hit reverse here. 1. As you can see, excellent drivetrain control. 2, 3, 4, and 5. So very smooth forward and backwards. It seems like it's very quiet as well. I'm not hearing any motor noise whatsoever. So really good, considering some of the higher end models can still have a lot of problems that this locomotive and these locomotives don't have. For lighting, you have the headlight here and the ditch lights. The right ditch light is brighter than the left, and both ditch lights are a lot more dim than the headlight. In regular lighting conditions, they may be hard to see on. In completely dark conditions, you'd be able to see the ditch lights. There's like a prism effect out of that left ditch light on several of these models. Rear light appears to be working nicely. Again, a nice color tone. But right now what we're doing is a pull test. So I'm going to power this on. Move this forward. Looks like we have 3.3 on the pull meter. That means each one of these locomotives can pull approximately 50 cars. It's pretty good. Pumpkins in the background, as you can see there. It is quickly approaching fall. Here you have wheel gauges. All appear to be engaged. I've also checked the coupler height off camera, and that appears to be engaged as well. So good NMRA compliance from Walthers. Alright, let's weigh this locomotive. Starting out, man, 1 pound, 7.3 ounces. That's 23.1 ounce. Looks like it's losing some weight. 650 grams, 0.650 kilograms, 1 pound, almost 1.5 pounds. So 1 pound 7 ounces total. Sorry, it lost some weight. My scale sometimes decides to adjust slightly. I wish it did it on the upstairs bathroom scale, but that is the final weight. Kind of a final look and final thoughts of these three amigos here, if you will. They have very basic but nice details. A lot of things I'm finding in these locomotives aren't even correct in higher end locomotives. Not necessarily the ES44ACs, but all locomotives. You know, sometimes you don't get smooth drive and you pay a lot more. Sometimes you don't get LED lighting and you pay a lot more. Sometimes you don't get decent handrails and you pay a lot more. Cab interiors are usually pretty standard. NMRA compliance sometimes is not there and you pay a lot more. So it's good to see that even though they're budget friendly, Walthers is taking that customer base very seriously and giving them a good product that they can build details on. You can put your own roof accessories, accessory hoses, brake lines, you name it on here, and trick this thing out however you want to. And it is pretty simple to do. So you can quickly detail this up to the $300 price point of an MSRP without paying that. And I think that's very important. I think it also helps people entering the hobby and promotes the hobby. So overall, I think this is a well done product by Walthers. With that said, I'm going to leave you with run-bys of these guys on various areas of my layout. And we'll see you next time right here on my channel. Take care.